battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On play action, Rosen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Rosen. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
61, match box, right.
Hey, switch gears. Slant. Forward.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And Miami. First down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First down, Miami.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Room here to run. 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly against, probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Middle.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Got Gordon open, completes it.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Middle.
And now it's Rosen looking. He finds Beckham, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Rosen. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
He's got daylight. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Bryce Love, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point safely through, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Jim.
Christian, Travis.
Ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch. Hey, alert. I got it.
Hard. Hold on.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And the catch made by Johnson. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They run it here with Gordon. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Switch. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. And his throw is incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
59 Mike. Check. 59. You're right.
On 3rd down, Rosen. That open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll run with Love. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley. Get that.
Now this time Mahomes will throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. They run. Peterson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 13-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Now Gordon. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him.
Color. Hero 15.
Smoke, 56.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. On first down, here's Love. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Minka Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
At the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
24 is the mic. I hope he's right on this one.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Play action here with Rosen. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, D.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Hey, 43, 15.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Check three. Check 50. He's coming. Double up.
Monday.
Double up. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
552. 22 jet bomber. Get in the weight room.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
64.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long
blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Check, 59. Watch the screen. Pass. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 80.
Throwing on second and long. Rosen is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Deuce, 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 deuce. One day.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Not a big deal on that one, just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a game of 22 yards. And a Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. We got it.
24 is the mic.
You ain't going nowhere.
24 is the mic. You can't block me.
I said it. Let's go.
You can't block me. 24 is the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
On 2nd down, Love. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
24 is the mic.
We got to get the ball. Can you get the ball? 57. Wow.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to sling this, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
After the interception, here's Rosen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check, 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 25. Check. 25. Motion. Mike spot 9.
Now Rosen looking to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Got to do better. Come on, QB. Come on.
110. 100.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Check safety.
Again, it's Rosen. This is caught. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in, and the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Smooth. I got you, boy. Hey, no, look up. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, yo. In your face.
Now Rosen on first down. Got an open man. It's QT. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, my 7.
Check my 50. Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
On 2nd down now. It's Gordon looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Motion. Alert. Mike 50. Mike 50. Let's go, Happy.
To throw is Rosen. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Monday.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
Hey, box truck.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This is taken at his 4. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's Love again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. Over the middle, complete. That's Love. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Miami, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.